Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be checking out this not so mini fridge from Bangson. To start off this video, I do want to make sure to tell you that Bangson did send me this fridge to review. However, all views and opinions expressed in this video are my own. So this mini-ish fridge is 4 cubic feet, which if you think about it is a little bit bigger than the average mini fridge. But let's go ahead and find out how much smaller it is than the packaging. There's our fridge. It's actually not too much smaller than the packaging. I just learned, for future reference, the bottom isn't even attached. So once you cut those straps, the whole thing will just lift up and off. Alright, and now we're gonna start peeling all of the plastics. This is gonna be satisfying for somebody. Hey guys, at the time of filming this, I am so close to 3,000 subscribers. And to say thank you, I'm going to be hosting a giveaway. This will be run until the end of the year, December 31st, and you can get extra entries every single day that you enter. I'm going to be giving away 5 products that I've reviewed on this channel. This will be limited to the US just because I will be shipping it out myself, and names will be drawn in the new year. The gleam.io link will be down in the description of this video, and thank you so much for subscribing. Back to the video. Alright you guys, it's time to plug this guy in, and the power cord is tucked up in here. There we go. This one does require a 3-prong outlet, so make sure you have the proper power for that. Bangson was very adamant about letting me know to let this sit for at least 24 hours after shipping. If you just moved it and happened to tip it over a little bit, they say to let it sit for 4 hours. But after the main shipping, like FedEx, whatnot, where they could have been tipping it upside down, right side up, rolling it down a hill, who knows what they were doing, let it sit for 24 hours to let the Freon and other chemicals settle so that you don't have electrical motor problems with your refrigerator pump. I'm gonna go ahead and let this guy cool off for a bit, and maybe I'll fill up the ice tray and see if we can make some ice. Alright, it's been going for about 2.5 hours now. And the temperature inside the fridge is about 38 degrees. It's warming up as we're opening the door. Let's bring the cold back. And let's see how our ice is doing. Got a solid ice, but I am seeing some bubbles inside. Wow. It's pretty icy. Alright, so this has been officially running for 4 hours now. I have it set to the coldest setting. And let's go ahead and see what this little bowl of water that's been sitting in here is sitting at. 40 degrees. We got some, I don't know how well you guys can see that. Some frost building up on that back wall already. And as for our freezer, the ice looks completely solid. The bubbles aren't moving around anymore. And luckily, the top of our refrigerator works as a table. Woo! The ice cubes pop right out. That one that doesn't want to come out. There we go. Clean ice cube tray. Some nice little square ice cubes. There we go. Got some square ice cubes. So I let this guy run all day with a bunch of bottled waters in here, and we're gonna find out how cold it really is. Got a little laser probe here. So let's go ahead and check this from up on the can rack. We're looking at 41 degrees, 42, 41 degrees, 41 degrees, and that one is 40, okay. So the inside of the door is definitely cooler than the outside, and the top is warmer than the rest. So where you put your cans may not be the coldest. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of our fridge here. Starting in the top right here, we're looking at about 36 degrees. That's 35. That's nice and cool. Top left is 34, 35 degrees. Bottom left is, it's getting a little bit warmer, 36. Not interesting. Bottom right corner, 33. That's actually the coldest spot so far, I think. And the crisper, 30, 31. Let the cold out of the drawer. So the crisper drawer is definitely the coldest. How cold is this back wall? Down here at the bottom, we're looking at about 30 degrees. Up at the top, some of this ice is at like 18, 20 degrees, if you can see that. Some of that ice buildup on the back wall is really cold. So if you want something to be real cold, you might be better off standing it up if you can and putting it on that back wall. Getting it as close to that back wall as possible is going to be your coldest option. And that's at our maximum cold setting. So let's go ahead and go down to a level 3 out of 5. So 3 should be minimum or medium. See how much warmer that actually gets. Alright, so we let this guy sit overnight. Let's check our temperatures. Starting with the door here. Up here on the shelf, we're looking at 43 degrees. Down at the bottom of the door, we're looking at 41. That's definitely warmer. Looking at the back corner here, 36, 35, 37. Also 37. And then in the drawer, it's also 35 degrees. Our back wall, for reference, at the bottom of the back wall is, hold on, there we go. The bottom of the back wall is 35 degrees right now. And then up near the top where all the frost is accumulating, we're looking at about 25 degrees. Let's check the freezer. All right, we threw one of our bottled waters from the door in here, and we're looking at -5 degrees, -4. That is really cold in our freezer. Let's go ahead and adjust this all the way down to 1 and see how warm it actually gets. If you go to 0, that just means that the cooling won't turn on anymore. it doesn't turn off everything. Alright, so this is it sitting overnight at the lowest temperature setting, a number 1, and we're seeing a temperature of 64 degrees in the door, 63 at the bottom of the door. Looking at 63 in the right side, 63 again on the left, bottom right corner, 62, 61. Down in the drawer, we're seeing 60, so it's a little bit cooler still. That's nice. Personally, I think I'll probably just keep it all the way up at a 5. Keep everything as cold as we can. Down in the freezer, our frozen water bottle has thawed. It's now 43 degrees. So going over all of those temperatures, if you set it all the way to 5, which is like the coldest temperature, it averaged at about 36 degrees across those different bottles. And then if you switched it to 3, that did warm up a little bit. It went to 38 degrees, which is only about a 2-degree difference on average. But then when we went all the way to 1, it was a drastic difference, averaging at 62 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is something to keep in mind, that if you go all the way down to 1, you might want to be careful. So keep it at 3 or below. 3 or higher? Higher, which keeps it colder. Math. I'm just going to keep mine at a level 5, all the way at the coldest, unless I start running into issues of freezing inside the fridge. Otherwise, we'll just leave it there as cold as we can, and then slowly, incrementally increase the temperature if absolutely necessary. Next thing I want to show you is how to swap the door hinge. So if you don't want the door to swing this way, you want it to swing from this side. If you have a wall or wherever you're going to put it, it doesn't work. You'll just pop off this plastic cap here. There you go. And then you'll have 3 Phillips head screws. You'll pop those out, and then over here you'll pop these 3 caps off. These look like Phillips head screws, but they are just little caps. They're just a little piece of plastic that are in there to cover the holes. So down here on the door you have 2 more Phillips head screws, and then these are 2 more caps. So you'll just swap all that, and the hardware will just flip over. It is completely reversible. And then again, down here at the bottom you have more screws on this little metal plate here, and then everything will flip around. So this being a 4 cubic foot fridge, it might be a little hard to imagine what that looks like inside. So I've filled up this interior. We have 2 whole cases of, I don't know, maybe my wife likes Dr. Pepper. Then we have a full crisper drawer full of 10 bottles of water. And then in the door I have 4 Powerades. You can fit 5 bottles of water here, but these little Powerades I was only able to get 4. And then on this top shelf I was able to get about 8 more Powerades, bringing our total to 12 bottles of Powerade, 2 cases of soda, and 10 bottles of water. That's how much you can fit in a 4 cubic foot fridge, not even including our freezer. And our freezer can hold 2 more cases of Dr. Pepper, as well as 8 bottles of water standing up vertically in this bottom shelf. They don't quite fit here on the top shelf, or vertically anywhere else in this fridge, unfortunately. If anyone's looking for something to get my wife for Christmas, there's a good hint. One other thing to mention is the noise. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but through this whole outro it will be running, and it's not too bad. My speaking voice is at about 75 decibels, sometimes 80, 85 when I get real excited about something. But this guy, when it's on, is only at 38 decibels. So quiet. I definitely can hear it if it's in the room, but it's not bothersome. And that is the 4 cubic foot compact refrigerator from Bangson. A couple other things I didn't mention in the first part of this video is that the feet are adjustable, so that if it's on unlevel ground like my home that's 100 years old, the floors are never level, so you can adjust them. They're just little knobs that you can spin up and down. There are no wheels on this one like a larger fridge because this is so small. If you pull everything out, honestly, most people can just just pick it right up. In the back, when I was pulling out the power cord, some of you may have noticed a bowl-looking device. That is a drain pan, and what that is any condensation that comes off of the refrigerator or the freezer drains into that pan there, and then the heat from the motor itself just evaporates that water out. So you don't ever have to remove it, touch it, anything like that. Just go ahead and leave that there. And I did mention this earlier, but when you do set that temperature knob to 0, that just prevents the cooling condenser or motor from turning on, so that motor will not turn on if you set it to 0. However, lights and things like that will still work, so when you open up the fridge door, the lights will turn on. One thing I wish that it had were adjustable shelves. While it does have shelves, they aren't adjustable in height, so that if I wanted to have, hey, we have cans, so we can have a smaller shelf up top or down bottom, and then we can have full-size bottles on the other shelf standing up. That would have been a great feature, but this one unfortunately has only one location for those shelves. They're either in or completely out. So if you do need more room vertically, you do have to take that shelf completely out, and you completely lose access to using another shelf. And lastly, the one thing that kind of took me by surprise that I really like are the ice cubes. The ice cube tray, I didn't expect it to come with it, but it did come with an ice cube tray, and I've never had an ice cube tray that made like perfect cubes. And they're like just satisfying to look at, to put in a glass. Like, they're very satisfying, perfect little cubes. That's one thing that I really like about this guy. If you want to get this compact fridge for yourself, I will leave a link to it down in the description below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so using those links do help to support this channel with no additional cost to you. So go ahead and click those links, do your Amazon shopping from there, and then I will earn commissions from qualified purchases. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. This channel is growing so fast, and I really appreciate all of the support you guys give. If you have any questions about this or anything else you've seen in my videos, please leave those in the comments below. I try to be as responsive as I can in all of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.